Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with something I haven't done in a long time, and that's review a show. No reactions this time, just straight up review. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter. And we're talking about AEW Dynamite from the Kia Forum in California, Los Angeles, I believe it is. And overall, Dynamite was a really good show tonight, but I do have to start off on a negative note, man. A little bit of a rant, not like one of those epic rants, but it's a rant because I got to get this off my chest. So, for a while now, for about a month or so, we've been teased with this whole tag team match between Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Jamie Hayter, and Saraya and a mystery opponent, or a mystery partner. Now, last week it was revealed that Toni Storm was indeed the mystery partner. But the way they had it set up was you're thinking that, okay, Sheeta's going to do something. She's going to turn on Toni Storm. She's going to screw over the match. And then Saraya's still going to need a mystery partner. And a lot of people were thinking that it will be Sasha Banks, a.k.a. Mercedes Moné. Because AEW, they've built this tag team matchup for like a month now. And if you follow AEW, you know that they really don't build up matches like that. They normally do it like on a weekly thing, like a weekly basis. Most times the day of Dynamite, they'll like reveal what the match is. So the fact that they've been building this matchup for a month now, been dropping little hints like, oh, Britt Baker's the boss of AEW or whatever. You're thinking, all right, AEW has something up their sleeve. Mercedes Moné is going to show up. Because even the fact that when this match was first proposed, Britt Baker showed Saraya tickets. It was like 2 tickets for the front row so you can watch the match. However, she proposed the match, and you're thinking, all right, mystery opponent, mystery partner, tickets to the show. It's gonna be something big. It's gonna be something major, and we didn't necessarily get that. Like, nothing happened. There were no surprises as far as this match goes. It was just a straight up tag team match. Now, we did have a little bit of character development between Sheeta and Toni Storm, because during the match, the referee was distracted. Sheeta slid in the kendo stick. I'm assuming to Toni Storm, but Toni Storm was kind of knocked out. So Britt Baker ended up picking up the kendo stick and knocking out Toni Storm and getting the win for her team. And you're like, all right, there's something going to happen after the match. And nah, I just went on to the next segment. No Mercedes Moné, no Sasha Banks, no Naomi, no mystery, no surprise, no nothing. It was just, what was the real point of building up this match if you didn't think that you could get Mercedes Moné? Now, again, I'm not knocking the match because the tag team match itself was fine. But you have all this hype, you have all this build, and you don't really do anything with AEW. Like, I don't really understand. Maybe they were under the assumption that they could get Mercedes Moné, or maybe it was kind of like, maybe we can, maybe we can't. There was nothing definite. I don't know. Maybe some news will come out as far as what happened or what didn't happen. I don't know. But as far as the show goes, that was my only real complaint. Like, if they hadn't been building this up for the longest time, it would have been fine. It would have been fine. Like, no complaints, no nothing. But the fact that they've been building this for so long, the anticipation, the surprise, the mystery partner, who he's going to be, I don't know. But other than that, man, Dynamite was pretty on point. The crowd was hot the entire show. The show was hot. Started off with a banger match between Jon Moxley and Hangman Adam Page. Adam Page ended up winning the match with a buckshot lariat. And it kind of looks like they're trying to write off Jon Moxley, because it looks like they're doing maybe a concussion angle for Jon Moxley, because after the match he looked kind of dazed and confused, like he had a concussion. You had the doctor checking on him, you had the referee checking on him, and he looked really out of it, like maybe he had a concussion, and maybe this is the way of writing Jon Moxley off of television so he can finally get his vacation. He deserves it. Dude's been holding AEW down for the longest time. He needs a vacation. Let this man get some time off, and then he'll come back and do whatever. But yeah, man, the match itself was on point. The next segment we had was a surprise, right? So we had Tony Schiavone in the ring, and he was like, all right, we're about to bring out someone. I'm thinking it's about to be MJF because of the way he set the whole thing up, because you saw the little graphic saying that we'll hear from MJF. And I'm thinking, all right, this is going to be MJF. And to my surprise, and to everyone's surprise, it was a return of Adam Cole. You already see the shirt. You already know what time it is. Adam Cole, baby. Adam Cole is back. He had the biggest pop I've ever heard in a while. Adam Cole always gets a really good reaction from AEW crowds because dude was legit, man. People really feel Adam Cole. He's good on the mic. He can wrestle. All those vibes, man. So Adam Cole is out here cutting his promo. He's talking about his head injury, the fact that he's been dealing with a whole bunch of injuries for the longest time, and it really put a perspective on his respect for the fans. Like, the fans were really showing him love. Like, we honestly didn't know when or if we would see Adam Cole in the ring again. So the fact that he did come out and surprise the fans, and he cut a really good babyface promo, really hyping up the fans and all that. So he did the whole, oh, well, I've got some good news. The good news is I'm here, but the bad news is wait, no, he said it. I'm like, the good news here is he did the whole good news, bad news. You know how wrestling do. You think, oh, the bad news is, oh, I gotta step away from the ring, but it was, in reality, the bad news is for the rest of the roster, because Adam Cole is back, and everyone went, hooray, Adam Cole is back. We're eating good, life is good, everything is cool right now. Adam Cole is back. Other than that, we had a funny segment that a funny MJF segment. Some people weren't really feeling it. Some people were like, yo, can we just get to the Takeshita Bryan Danielson match? But he had Takeshita come out first, then he had MJF come out and interrupt Takeshita's entrance. Kind of cooked him just a little bit. Talking about how he started off by saying, oh, konnichiwa, bud, being a real dickhead, and making fun of the fact that he thinks Takeshi can't speak English, kind of pointing off the whole Disco Inferno Twitter or whatever, because Disco Inferno is a giant idiot. So Takeshi said something in Japanese, and MJF was like, what? And then Takeshi was like, kiss my ass or some shit like that. So that was pretty funny. So then MJF told Takeshi to get out of the ring. He started cooking the crowd like he always does. Like, just typical, oh, I'm MJF, I'm better than you. He cooked Kenji Young. Cooked what's that dude's name? Freddie Prinze Jr. Both these guys were in the crowd. He called Freddie Prinze Jr. a Scooby-Doo douchebag. I can't even lie, that kind of popped me a little bit. That was really funny. Then Bryan Danielson came out, interrupted MJF, ran MJF off. MJF runs weird. I don't know if that was like a play run or how he actually runs. He kind of run like a goofy Tom Cruise that has to take a shit, like the way he was running. But yeah, man, he had a goofy John Cena Tom Cruise type run. I don't know what he had going on. But then this led to the match between Takeshi and Bryan Danielson. Probably one of the matches like a lot of people were anticipating, up there with Moxley and Adam Page. Match was really good. Bryan Danielson won with a regal stretch, I think, made Takeshi pass out. Takeshi didn't tap out, he passed out. And then it was announced next week that Bryan Danielson is going to wrestle Bandito. So again, another banger match from Bryan Danielson, setting up for the Iron Man match between MJF and Bryan Danielson. You already know it's going to lead to the Iron Man match, but this is kind of building up the anticipation. You know how MJF feuds go. He has to go through his opponent. His op has to go through the stages or the trials or the tribulations of MJF or whatever. You already know how that goes. Next up, we had a tag team match between Jungle Hook and The Firm, and Lee Moriarty and Big Bill. The spot I was looking forward to the most was the suplex spot. Hook hit the suplex on Big Bill. Jungle Hook got the win. They got a really good reaction, especially Hook, man. These guys are very over. I hope we see them as a tag team going forward. Maybe going after the tag team titles. Jungle Hook versus the Acclaim. That might be big business. You know what I'm saying? what was next? I think it was the women's tag team match. I already talked about that. Then we had I think it was a backstage. Oh no, before that we had a backstage segment. Juice Robinson challenged Darby Allin for the TNT Championship this Friday on Rampage. Also, I think Best Friends are going to be in action. I don't know if it's going to be Best Friends or Orange Cassidy or whatever. It was some guy that Best Friends were talking to, and they were kind of still teasing the a little bit of a rift between Orange Cassidy and Trent. So that's something we got to keep an eye on. And then it was the women's tag team match. I already talked about that. I don't know where that's going to go, but, whatever it is, what it is. Then we had the Jericho Appreciation Society. And this weekend, the Jericho Appreciation Society showed up in PWG. That was pretty cool. So yeah, man, Jericho was calling out Ricky Starks, talking about how the whole Ricky Starks experiment was over. And of course, when you say a wrestler's name, that means they have to appear. So Ricky Starks and Action Andretti showed up on the ramp, and then gave the Light Skin Brothers a big dub, a huge dub for this one, because both Action Andretti and Ricky Starks proceeded to cook the entire Jericho Appreciation Society, cook Chris Jericho, cook Daniel Garcia, cook Sammy Guevara, and Ty Conti. They really cooked the hell out of Jake Hager and his hat. Ricky Starks talked about Jake Hager's lisp, called him an idiot, said that he has a speech impediment, and then Jake Hager had the line of the decade, saying that pretty much that next week Ricky Starks and Jake Hager are going to have a match, and then Jake Hager said something about he's going to slap his face off his face, which makes absolutely no sense. But he has a purple hat, so I guess it's all good. I don't know. So next week, setting up the match between Ricky Starks and Jake Hager. And someone on Twitter said, and I agree, that we got to see a match between either Action Andretti and Daniel Garcia, or Action Andretti and Sammy Guevara. I wouldn't be mad at either one. But yeah, man, Ricky Starks holding it down for the Light Skin Brothers, him and Action Andretti. Good job, brothers. We're rocking with you. I see you. And this led to the main event, Escalera de la Muerte. A ladder match. It's Spanish for a ladder match of death, I think. For the AEW Trios Championships, Kenny Omega came out to the ring with his brand new IWGP United States Championship that he won from Will Ospreay this past, it was last week, New Japan. The match was fire. I mean, we already expected this. Death Triangle blew a 3-1 lead. You hate to see it, but we kind of all figured that the Elite was going to win. And I think this is going to be the start of Kenny Omega being the belt collector again, because like I said, he came out with the IWGP US Championship, and he's now 1/3 of the Trios Championship, one third of the Trios Tag Team Champions. So beautiful thing. You love to see it. The Elite win pretty much a home game for the Elite, because they're from California, Kia Farm in California. Love to see it, man. All in all, outside of my little complaint about, Britt Baker and Saraya and the lack of Monet, no Monet, more problems. I don't know how you want to label that. But other than that, man, AEW Dynamite this week was a good show. Really enjoyed it, man. But I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on the show. What do you guys think of Mercedes Moné not showing up? What do you think about the return of Adam Cole? Are you excited to see the Elite as I guess technically they are the now 2-time Trios Tag Team Champions? What were your overall thoughts on the show? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace.